So I call the member for Blacktown.
Speaker, devastating news hit the community when the Blacktown City Mayor Tony Bleasdale passed away on a plane returning from a sister city council delegation. Tony grew up in Liverpool, England, and came out to Australia in the 1960s when he was 15 in the Big Brother movement, and he was put to work in the building industry. Tony spoke fondly about his first encounter with Nina, who was working in a pie shop. Obviously they hit it off well as he got the first pie free, but when he went back for seconds, there was no more freebies. Nina and Tony were married for 56 years. Nina and Tony raised 4 children, Frank, Nick, Christina and Catherine, and many grandchildren. Tony was a strong, loving family man who often had either his children or grandchildren accompanying him at council events, but there was always one constant. Nina was always by his side, and the two were inseparable. Tony was a union organiser and rose through the ranks to become the New South Wales Assistant Secretary of the Building Workers Industrial Union in the 1980s, improving workers' safety, wages and conditions. Tony looked after both the Mount Druitt Hospital and Parklea prison building sites. I recall how he gained a significant win for the workers by securing a flea allowance at the work site after insects infested the Mount Druitt Hospital construction site. After leaving the union, he worked for several years with Bill McNamara as the Industrial Relations Manager. They formed a formidable team and a lifelong partnership. Tony went on to start his own civil and building construction industry hire agency and became a major provider of jobs across this nation. Now it's a family-owned and operated business. Tony was associated with the West Tradies Club since the beginning in 1983 and became a director in 2007 and a long-serving treasurer. He helped turn the club from financial difficulties into a strong performing club supporting the local community. Tony's massive service to the community culminated in him earning the Order of Australia Medal. Tony sponsored numerous community and charitable organisations. He loved his football and sponsored the Mount Druitt Town Rangers and the Western Sydney Wanderers. Tony also played a significant role in bringing back the Rabbitohs by supporting George Piggins and co. Tony supported many individuals suffering hardships, tragedies, or to give them a boost in their sporting endeavours. Tony served as a councillor on Blacktown City Council from 1996 to 99 and then continuously from 2004. He served as Deputy Mayor in 2011 to 12 and from 2016 to 19 and as Mayor since 2019. Tony provided significant support to me in times of crisis. We had to deal with the 2015 Struggle Street documentary aired on SBS. When everyone was telling me to just write an angry letter expressing our collective displeasure to the so-called documentary, Tony said, "Screw 'em, let's protest," and so became the infamous garbage truck blockade of SBS. In 2016, certain political opportunists decided to put a proposal to change the name of Blacktown. Tony again provided the strong advocacy and wisdom as we successfully campaigned to keep the name Blacktown. Tony was a friend of comedian legend Jerry Lewis. Jerry actually suffered an anxiety attack prior to one of his performances, and Tony provided the calming support for Jerry before he went on stage. But that was the way he was, always helpful. I recall fondly when he took a special interest in always offering to help my mum as she went through her cancer treatment. Tony's life could easily produce several volumes of colourful stories. I haven't even touched on his friendships and encounters with Pele, Nelson Mandela, numerous premiers and prime ministers and other colourful identities. Tony can be summed up as a person who loved his football, helped people, passionate supporter of Blacktown. But most importantly, loved his family immensely. You'll be sadly missed, my friend. Thank you, Nina, for extending your family and your extended family for sharing him with our community over many decades. Blacktown will shine less brightly without him. My condolences to Nina and the whole family. Vale, Mayor Tony Bleasdale, OAM.
Thank you.